Okay, it's cold as fuck. Ain't nobody finna keep going outside.
I don't give a fuck. Don't put your motherfucking hands on me again. I'ma fuck you up. You better get you a gun, bitch. Put your hands on me again. I'ma fuck you up. I promise you won't be missing a motherfucking limb. And I mean it. I put that on my motherfucking hand. Do not put your motherfucking hands on me no more, G. I mean that, folks. I will
Okay.
fucking kill you, bitch.
Okay. Hey, get back. You have a knife on you, bro. Hey! Oh, get back. I'm not touching you. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with this at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Disrespect me. You don't have respect for me. Okay. Okay. I'm good. No. No. Get back. Get back. Get back. Just leave me alone. Let me go sit right here. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here. No. Hey. Hey. I don't think you know. Hey. Listen. Okay. Bro. Get back. Okay, I can't. It's too cold. It's too cold. Stop. Stop. Hey.
I don't give a fuck. You don't gotta go. Stop.
I'm not comfortable. It's cold as fuck.
I heard some.
This is what they've been.
Faith is knowing that you.
Y'all want to see him get his ass beat on live? Touch me again. Touch me again. Touch me again. I'm going to get on the ring and send the police over here. Touch me again.
You right.
Touch me again. Give me my stick. Give me my stick.
Go ahead, be hoe.
Bitch. 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 I keep telling you. Bitch. Bitch, you bite. So you bite. Bitch, watch this. Bitch.
This is what you want to do.
Bitch.
This is what you
Do
want
what
to
you
do.
want. Do what you want.
Look on my ear.
Mama,
Look at my damn family.
you want to play with me?
Look on my fucking.
You want to play with me, bitch?
Look on my fucking.
Bitch, you want to play with me?
Bitch, look on my hand.
Bitch, you want to play with me?
Look on my
I
hand.
hope they see it. Bitch, you
Look
going to
on my
jail
hand.
tonight. You going to jail tonight, bitch.
Look on my hair.
Me to move.
Look on my
And
hair.
my baby right there.
Look on my
You better
hand.
move. Y'all want to see him get his ass beat on live? Touch me again. Touch me again. Touch me again. I'm going to get on the ring and send the police over here. Touch me again.
You right.
Touch me again. Give me my stick. Give me my stick.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's not going to be a long lesson, just real quick, but I showed you brothers out here, and a few sisters that may watch these two videos. And it's mainly a warning to you brothers out there, man. Men. Stay away from this black witch. She's a fucking basket case, bro. The first video in particular, it looks like she was trying to incite and provoke the guy because, you know, for one thing, you know, you're screaming and yelling and saying don't hit me and this and this and that. I mean, you got to consider if the guy's beating your ass. Why is he beating your ass for? And, you know, the first thing that came to my mind is that I don't think this guy really... Motherfuckers finna run right into me. Damn. That's crazy. That's the spirit, bro. Like 5-6 state troopers flying. And that's the spirit because I saw a couple of signs on license plates. One had, and it was off as hell, but it had Yeshua on that bitch. I'm like, yeah, that's not the name of the Lord. And another license plate drove by with 77444 on it. And that's the spirit because I'm actually I'm driving and I'm in the far left lane, which is the number 1 lane. And all of a sudden, these state troopers come flying behind me like they was getting ready to smack my shit, man. And the spirit like get over real quick. That's mercy because they came out of nowhere. You know, the scriptures goes into how like they're like foxes, man. They just came out of nowhere, like 5 of them. And I guess there may have been an accident or something happened, but you know, regardless of it, man, call all Yahweh Shemau shot. That was a close call. They almost ran right into the back of me. you know, and a dumbass in the other lane, on the other lane right to me, he's stopping and slowing down. I'm like, look, I'm gonna have to, you know, as I'm trying to get over and merge and stop, this dude trying to stop in the middle of the fucking lane. I'm like, dude, you can keep going in the far left lane, bro. You know, but that was mercy from the Heavenly Father. Because there's something about Fridays, people just drive like they ain't got no sense, man. I mean, that's why I try to stay off the road on Fridays. But anyway, this is a telltale warning, you know, to stay away from these type of women, bro. Because, I mean, that first chick I showed you, she was just too much. You know, her voice alone, that real squeaky, cackling voice. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Okay, if you then get the fuck out the man's face then, man. And this is what we've been saying. Like, this black woman, she's a real fucking head case, bro. And it takes a certain type of breed to deal with this black woman, man, because I couldn't deal with all that yelling and screaming and cackling and you hopping in my face. I couldn't deal with all that, bro. I'm like, yeah, you got to get the fuck out of here, because I end up putting you in the hospital. The fact that you telling me not to hit you, but you in my face and you screaming at me, that's going to provoke a man to put his hands on you, because, see, men are not wired to take emotional and verbal abuse from women. That's not how we're wired, okay? Because there's an order, there's a structure, you know, and men, we have the order, we have the higher authority than women. So that's just like your kid bucking up against you and putting their hand in your face. You first resort is, yeah, I'm finna beat the shit out this kid, because why in the hell are you, like, why in the hell are you in my face like that? Like, that's disrespectful. You could tell that she was filled with fucking drama, and that's what she wanted. She likes that type shit. That's why he said, I'm finna leave. She said, well, you ain't gotta go. Black women and women in the West in general thrive off drama, man. That's why I tell any chick I end up meeting or end up dealing with or talking to, you know, whether it's in a situation or actual, you know, situation, I tell them straightforward. I said, if you can't bring me peace, then it ain't nothing we need to talk about. You know, I've done that, arguing with your woman and being upset and stressed out and pissed off and want to do. I'm past that shit, man. You know, that ain't no way to be living for real, because we got enough hell on us as men already. Last thing I want to do is go home and take that shit from my so-called woman, talking down on me, disrespecting me. You know, nobody want to deal with that, man. And I damn sure ain't gonna deal with it. And you brothers better not be dealing with this, man. Okay, if you got a woman that's this combative and it's all fucked, because clearly shorty got some mental issues, you know. But if you're dealing with a woman that's all fucked up in the head like that, you gotta cut that bitch loose, man, because she'll turn you fucking crazy, bro. But you know, you jakes too, you simps out there, you've been programmed by your mothers to accept that type of behavior, because that type of behavior is not okay. Okay, the scriptures goes into a silent and loving woman. It's a gift from the Lord. This bitch is a cackling baboon, man, screaming and yelling. Okay, if he's putting his hands on you, I mean, and all this other shit, won't you just leave then? Or if he's putting his hands on you, you think you jumping up and down in his face and screaming and yelling at him and aggravating him gonna make it any better, just so you can get attention from the ground? Because see, a woman like that, she'll get you put in harm's way, because she'll provoke you, she'll go commit adultery on you, probably sleep with your best friend, you know what I'm saying, disrespect you in public, steal your money, starve your kids out, and then you go to bring judgment, she'll have a nigga that want to get with her, because you know she got several options. Nigga ready to put you in the spirit world based on some shit she said you did, man. Second video, that's why these black women, they're mental, the bitch is not right mentally, man. Okay, because the fact that you feel like you can fight a man, and you put it on live, say, I'm finna beat this nigga ass, you want to see him get his ass beat, and then all of a sudden you fight this dude because, you know, he gets tired of your shit, and all of a sudden you want to say he's going to jail. So you got to be careful, man, and this is why the scriptures say that the woman's heart is snares and nets, man, because ultimately their whole goal was to get you wrapped up or roped up. Okay, the apostles always said, you got to have in back of your mind, no matter how sweet she is, this bitch is the enemy ultimately, man. All right, this is why, hey, you can't put nothing past him. I don't give a damn how good a woman is serving your ass, bro. Hey, that Satan switch could be flipped at any moment. You know, she cool for 6 months, 7 months, bring you smoothies, bring you breakfast to work, rubbing your back, giving you good sex, and one day you wake up, this bitch got Satan all on her, man, looking to provoke you. So you can't get caught up all in that, because I ain't gonna lie, like them two women, I couldn't deal with that. I wouldn't even put myself in that predicament to deal with women that combative. You know, my bullshit radar is very, very very sensitive, and I can see bullshit and disrespect coming a mile away. So I'm not dealing with that, man. You know, you got to get the hell up out of here, because if you don't get out of here with all that noise and you in my face and you jumping in my face and putting my hands in your face, my Israelite men / Hebrew reflexes may exercise themselves and get you up off me, if you know what that meant. Because I ain't gonna take no disrespect from no fucking woman. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't even take disrespect from my own mother. I'm like, you gotta chill out. You know, you my mom, and you know you can say your opinion, but watch how you speak. All right, especially you a man of the Lord. Watch how you speak to us, because these basket Looney Tune Jakes out here, they cool with that, because they mama tell them, look, that's if you love that woman, you would take that. You got to be strong for that woman. Nah, that's just stupid. Any man that stays in that situation, he just something wrong with his ass, man. You know, he's full of trauma. All right, especially if you got kids by another man, and I give you the privilege of dealing with me, and you got kids by another man, you definitely got to be on your best behavior. I would not take disrespect from a bitch that got kids by another fucking nigga that ain't mine. Yeah, all right, remember, you're blessed to be in my presence, not the other way around. And you got to tell their ass that straight up, like, look, you can't do nothing for me. You know, when a woman get out of line quick, I'm quick to put her in her place. I'm like, bitch, you don't bring nothing to me at the end of the day. So you just probably need to chill. All right. But anyway, real quick, this is the book of Proverbs 25. 25, and I'm going to start at verses. Damn. Fuck. I hate. Let me find it real quick. Proverbs 25, and is it 21? Damn, I just had it. Give me 1 second, brothers. I'm actually doing two things at once. There we go, 24. It says here, it is better to dwell in a corner of the rooftop than dealing with a brawling woman in a wide house. That was a brawling woman, man. All right, you see the second video, she was putting hands on dude, man. She was grabbing his hair. And I don't know why men think that shit is sexy. A woman that's trying to beat up on you, bro. The fact that she thinks she can beat up on you shows she has no fucking respect for you. The minute a bitch raise her hand against me, that's it. We cutting it all off, man, because you think you can beat me. And you don't respect my authority as a man. And you don't respect Yahweh Shem Shai. So therefore, it's getting ready to get cut off. There ain't nothing else to talk about. And I'm out there because, like, if I stick around, I have to put her ass in the spirit world. Because, like I said, that manly, your masculinity kicks in. Like, wait a minute, bitch. Who the fuck you think you talking to? And you're not finna talk to me any kind of way, man. You know? But it says it is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than to dwell with a brawling woman in a wide house, man. And a lot of Jakes got talked to like that by their moms, man. You know, very verbally abusive, man. You know, calling them MFers, BITCHs. See, and the black woman think it's a cute thing to emasculate the so-called black man. And when he's too emasculated and he has no fight in his life anymore, then she wants to call him a failure. And she takes no accountability, but like, no, you're the problem because you've talked to this man like he was nothing, like he was beneath you. You see? So yeah, that's you black women fault. It tells you that the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations, but the blessing of the father establish households. But you push the father away because ultimately certain men just not gonna take your bullshit. You know? Next precept here. Sirach 25, and I'm going to start at verses 13. It says, give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, which is the mind, you know. And these women are completely bugged out of their mind. And you know where that come from? Giving themselves to different men. So they have different specimens inside them, warring against one another, man. For the taking over this bitch's soul. And then the medications, the TV shows, the reality shows. The black woman is all fucked up in the head, bro. I mean, the bitch is really a loony kid. She's really a basket case, man. I've seen a 5'2" black woman try to run up on a 6'5" swole black Jake, man. And then he pushed her out and smacked the shit out of her with a basketball. And then she runs right back up on this dude, man. It's just like, are you out your mind? Like, this dude can really crush you, man. But see, they do that because they know they got other simps that will come and stand in, you know, they got other simps that will come and defend their honor. And then they got 911. Because see, one thing about Esau, if the black woman or the police is called on a so-called black man, they're coming, no questions asked. And they mind say, yeah, we can kill a nigga. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And sometimes they'll put the woman to death. That's why you brothers, man, be very careful, man. You got to really vet these fucking hoes, bro. All right? A bitch like that, you don't even want to deal with that, man. And guess what? They're a dime a dozen. It's more of them than women that actually stand up for the cause, man. Because you got some decent sisters out there. I'm not going to cap. You know, you got some decent women that understands order, especially the times we coming into now. Some of them are starting to kind of see it a little bit, but they still got that pride on them because they can still go to work and they're still 911 and they got an inbox full of goofies, you know, telling them how sexy and how beautiful they are. And if they ever need a friend, hey, I'm always going to be here. So that substantiates the pride of these women. This is why they act the way they act. But it's going to come a time that when the Lord cuts that shit off, that pride going to be humbled overnight. And women like them 2 demons, them 2 gremlins, them two dragons, they're going to get completely unalived in the most worst ways, man. You know? And it says here, it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right, and any affliction but the affliction of them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. And this black woman hates us, man. You know, I put that out that other day. I'm like, the black woman hates you, bro. Hell, even from your mothers, man. Even though your mothers may have what they call unconditional love, you know, because if something happened to you, they be the main ones. Oh my God. But the way that the Keisha dealt with her sons, that was pure hate, bro. Like when I came up, you know, because our women, they're under the curses too. And, you know, my own fucking mother, I've seen her do shit to men. I'm like, how can you love this man and you just did this shit to him? Like, I mean, she's done shit to me. And I'm like, this woman hates me. You know, as at a point in time, I really thought this woman hated me. Like, I felt that, you know, and I guess that was the case, you know, for whatever fucking reason. I don't know, but they're just the demons on these people. And a lot of that shit starts at home. That's why a lot of these jakes, they take the abuse off the woman. Never hit a woman, never call a woman a bitch. Okay. That gives them a license to behave the way they're behaving. Okay. It says, there's no head above the head of a serpent, and there's no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. But I'd rather dwell with the lion and a dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. Yeah, a wicked woman. These were 2 wicked bitches, man. And they put that shit on social media because they think it's cute. Because the other women ain't gonna check their behavior, and you gonna have a bunch of simps saying, if he hits you, sister, just let me know. I'll be over there. And this is why you niggas gonna get unalived, man. All right, because you the worst type of nigga that jump in front of a fucking woman to defend her honor that's in the wrong, bro. Even if she ain't in the wrong, the scriptures say, meddle not with affairs that concern you not. You ain't supposed to be dealing with nobody's situation. This is why a lot of you niggas end up in the fucking spirit world with your goddamn head missing, because you're quick to try to save a bitch that's disrespecting a man just so you can say you did something to fuck this hoe. And then she does the same shit to you, and now you crying. Nigga, she did it to one man. What make you think she ain't gonna do it to your dumb ass, man? This is why you niggas you fucking niggas, bro. All right, you niggas, you men, you Israelite men, you so-called black men, you Judites, man. You the worst type of nigga, man. You worse, because you don't check the woman for nothing. Go in the grocery store and get into an argument with your old lady and watch these men jump in front of the fucking cash register to stop you from getting at her when she's the one in the wrong. Talking about, man, walk away. Which the wise thing would do to be to walk away so you don't land yourself a case, but they want you to walk away out of respect for that bitch. No, man, fuck her. You know? And this is why in a short while, you simps, you're gonna be the first line you're gonna be the ones that's gonna be getting put down the worst, man. You're gonna be getting put down right along with dogs like that, man. You know, because that's wickedness. And you men that condone that shit, you need to get your fucking heads examined, man. Should no man have to condone no woman bucking up to him and putting her hands on him, but we know that's the curses. It says the wickedness of a woman changing her face and darken her countenance like sackcloth. Yeah, that bipolar shit, man. I'm talking about she was just literally cutting up. Don't put your hands on me. Okay, you acting crazy like that, off reaction, he's gonna get offended in that, and then he may end up not controlling himself. And this is probably why he knocked you on your shit the first time, because you don't know how to talk to nobody, man. That's even if he did hit her. Because I could see a chick like that. Lying and just causing ruckus for no reason, just because they want the attention or because they just want to see a nigga in a bad predicament, man. You know, I mean, I didn't seen it all. I didn't seen chicks hit them. Hey, that movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when he finally dumped that crazy broad, she put herself in the hospital and lied and say he did it, and then they locked his ass up without investigating, man. I mean, they let him out. He had to bond out, but it's the fact that Esau knows that these women being out of control is the downfall of the Israelite men for the most part. You know, when your woman is done, you're done. And Esau knows that, and he plays off the notion of that shit, man. Giving these women liberty and the ability to make decisions that's ruinous to their fucking life. And then you got a stupid man that comes in and try to be with this bride, and she calls the law on him. And all of a sudden, now you getting ready to get put in an unfavorable predicament, man. And he'll come and blow your ass away and let her catch another nigga up so he can continue. Okay, it's a vicious cycle, man. And this is why we got to get the hell out of here. It says her husband should sit among his neighbors. His husband should sit among his neighbors. And when he heard it, it should sigh bitterly. Yeah. You know, he's like, God damn, you got to go home. You got to deal with this bitch. She's completely out of order. She's yelling at me. I'm trying to do overtime because I don't want to be around her. She's not my peace. She's no comfort. She don't cook. She don't clean. She barely wants to give me sex. She texts other men behind my back. She lies to me. These are the horror story men got dealing with you black women, man. All right? And just women in general in America. But it's you black women. You take the cake when it comes to being the worst woman on the planet Earth, man. And I say that with the utmost sincerity. You know, it's a bad case. Not saying that all black women are this way, because you got, like I mentioned, you know, you got some decent so-called sisters out there that's tolerable, that's manageable. You do have that. But it's too many of these type women. They're not too far in between, man. Okay? And it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Yeah, man. And a lot of times you dudes that deal with these type women is because your ass ain't right. You know? But if you right, then, you know, you escape her. But a lot of you deal with women like this because ultimately you not right either. You know, you condone his behavior. And 9 times out of 10, you know, you just a wicked nigga. Not saying that every man that have a crazy bitch like this is wicked, because you got brothers that deal with crazy ass women, you know. But then again, that's because you lack discernment, man. You know, you lack discernment. And another thing too, these women, they can disguise themselves under being the girl next door, but when you finally get her, the bitch is a complete demon, man. You know, this is why I only go so far with them. Like, I only give them so much of myself, man. You know, like I tell the bitch, I said, the most important thing I can give you is my time. I ain't gotta give you nothing else, and you better appreciate that. If they ain't good enough, you can leave. You know, and they respect that, because don't nobody want to deal with them like that anyway. You know. But anyway, it says here, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Okay. Verses 21, it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger and impudence and much reproach. Yeah, because if they taking care of you or helping you out, you're going to hear about it. Oh, you supposed to be a man. You know, the black woman is the only woman that prides herself on destroying her men. You know, she give you a couple of dollars. If you down, hey, trust me, you're going to hear about it later. You know, oh, well, I gave you $50 to get your tags renewed. Okay, bitch, that's the least you can do. Buy me a fucking car. That's your right. You know, but then, you know, they help you out a little bit. They'll throw it in your face. You know, she's the only woman on the planet Earth that prides herself on really destroying you. So, hey, if you dealing with a sister, hey, just have your shit together, man. Just make sure you don't want for nothing. Make sure you got your own place, your own whip, you know, and the rest is history. Because if you got to live with her, you got to use her vehicle for whatever reason, you know, or you got to depend on her for something, then trust me, she's going to hold it against you. And she's just making a laundry list of shit she did for you. So the minute that you don't show up for her, she can put it out there and say you ain't right. That's what they do. It says here, a wicked woman abated the courage and make it heavy countenance in a wounded heart. Yep. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees, man. And of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yep. Give no water, no passage, neither a wicked woman delivery to God abroad. If she go not as thou would have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So, many ways, man, it's just a simple look. You got to go. I ain't dealing with this no more. And end that shit, bro. You'll be glad you did. You know, you'll get over the hurt emotions that comes in time. You get over it. You know, you'll get over it. But anyway, last precept, Micah 7:10. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. Right, because we went off. So the Lord is showing us through our women, you know, the predicament we're in. It says he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's the Lord thy power? See, the scriptures refer to them as your enemy. Okay, you got women that left brothers, and, you know, you had brothers that had to put women away because they were just too much. You had women that didn't agree with the fact brothers can have other women, and they didn't like the fact that you had a brotherhood you can depend on. And you had women that got bitter behind it and went off and committed adultery and married other men. This scripture applies to you because that's basically saying, fuck you and your God, nigga. I don't believe that. And all you that was dealing with men of the Lord, there's going to come a time that you will pay for the atrocities you did towards that man. You ain't getting away because you found another husband, or you found the man that was to your liking because he sent for you, because he's not man enough to put you in your fucking place. Yeah, you going to pay for that. And you and that man are going to get put to death. And the days are coming when you're going to wish, you're going to say, damn, I should have stayed with this man. But certain bitches are so proud to the point they'll rather die before they give you the glory of the Lord, man. All right. And it says, my eyes should behold her. Now she should be trodden down as the mire of the streets, man. So the Lord got a way of humbling you women, and the humbling is coming fast. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Lord's will, you will edify until the next lesson.